Alright, we are going to be playing as the Suns this game. This is number 39. This is our 6th game of the season. If I win with this team, obviously they will be the 3rd team to go 6-0. And of course the Warriors will be the 4th. Since they're at home. Alright, it will be the Phoenix Suns versus the Detroit Pistons.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Phoenix Suns in this one as they go up against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Detroit had some players leave over the summer and over last season as well. It's a young team. Looks like they're going to try and build around Andre Drummond. How do they go about that?
Well, Drummond's not a big threat from the outside, so you have to have a stretch four that could help him out a lot. Then he'd have room for interior. They drafted Stanley Johnson. The kid is going to be pretty special, and spacing around the perimeter is going to help, and that will make Detroit a much better team.
Of course, David Lee will be starting for us at power forward. Of course, we've got Steve Nash at point guard. Ray Allen, I signed. PJ Tucker will be the backup for Carmelo. Williams will be the backup for Lee, and Len will be the backup for Howard. I did trade Luer for Williams because he's younger. And I will see you guys in the game.
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. The Detroit Pistons come into this one after the win against the Indiana Pacers. It was just a textbook performance. That game was all theirs. Once they got it going, it was full speed ahead.
And across the board in that game, guys, they shot the lights out.
Rarely do you see a team shoot like that from everybody. I mean, they were getting scoring from every position.
Devin Booker is here.
So Phoenix will get the
I want to build the team around him. Eric Bledsoe.
The opening lineup for Detroit. The big men, Tolliver and Drummond. Reggie Jackson out there with Jody Meeks. And it's Harris in at the small forward position. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Almost intimidating the defense there. They didn't even try to get back on defense.
Well, I don't think it would have mattered even if they did try to get back, Greg. I mean, there was no way anybody was going to beat him to the bucket there.
Anthony, he sinks the 11-footer.
It's got to be nice for them to know that game in and game out, his offense is going to be there for him.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise. Chris Bosh, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Here is Howard. Tobias Harris picking up that last basket, and he gets it to go.
Howard
got his first points of the night.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
It's Jackson with the drive, and it's Phoenix with the rebound.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Here's Jackson after the made shot from David Lee. Again, the miss by Jackson. Clark, this offense has really been clicking.
No doubt about it, giving the defense all kinds of trouble.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
A nice shot by Booker.
Hey, guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. no way does he want to retire without that chance.
And a little over 2.5
Eric
minutes gone here in
Bledsoe.
the first. And Bledsoe, here we go.
And really, he epitomizes
Posterizer.
what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
Howard, what a block.
And so it's Detroit with the ball, trailing by 4. Meeks can't hit.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Lee against Drummond. Here's Howard, and it's Phoenix scoring again.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top.
Now here is Harris, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. That drops.
I don't know. Maybe they're still working out
Tobias
the kinks on D
Harris.
because that clearly was a breakdown.
Here's Bledsoe. And it's sent back by Drummond from deep. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Bledsoe.
Mello with the 3.
This is as good as
Making
it
a
gets
splash.
in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Jackson has the open look. And that one's on target from the wing. And so here's Phoenix. It's a 5-point game. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And then in that game, guys, I mean, the beneficiary of what was some very lackluster defense being played against them.
Agreed, guys. It was really quite shocking and disappointing how many free runs to the hoop they got. How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Howard kicks to Bledsoe. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Bledsoe's got 5 now.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a 3-point battle taking shape here.
Stolen by Bledsoe. Here's Lee. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
They better not. I mean, they've got to pad their lead anytime an opportunity presents itself, and that was a golden one.
Now here is Harris. Back to Drummond. Dwight Howard pulls it in. Dwight had a hard time making shots consistently last season. Clark, not a good shooting team
Mello.
before. And of course, that's in this league, it's going to kill you.
Yeah, it really will. I mean, at one point last year, Kevin, 3 of their 5 starters were in the bottom 10 in terms of players' field goal percentage. I mean, hard to win any game that way.
And the Pistons would finish in the bottom 3 in terms of team shooting last year. But for the most part, their shooting did improve over the course of the season.
Pistons trail by 10.
Jackson.
Jackson dishes to Harris. Outside for Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Bledsoe. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the run. Lee with the block. Pass to Anthony. Meeks with the steal. Harris passes to Jackson. Drummond with a screen on Lee. Here's Harris. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And, you know, for the Pistons, they really had nowhere to go but up. I mean, shooting under 43% as a team is more than worrisome. I mean, it's something they'll have to drastically improve going forward.
And here's Jackson following the 3-pointer by Carmelo Anthony.
I think Bledsoe's more of a shooting guard.
Jackson kicks to Harris. Out to the right wing. Meeks with it. Last game we saw him score 14. No one covering. Meeks got 7 points in the game. Phoenix leading by 11. And it's Bledsoe off the drive. Lee outside. Good, and Bledsoe gets the assist. Bledsoe's got his 4th assist in this one.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Outside, Meeks. Phoenix grabs the miss. Howard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Booker. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more.
And one.
And boy, are they attacking the paint.
They sure are, looking to get their buckets up close and personal.
Catching up on
Looks
the
like they
changes for
put
Phoenix.
Nash in there.
Alex Len's checked in for Howard. Williams comes in for David Lee. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Nash in for Eric Bledsoe.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Here's Jackson following the score by Phoenix. And stolen by Nash. And now the fast break. Nash with the ball and taken away by Johnson. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jackson. And there's the feed to Baines. And it's good.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end of the floor. You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
Allen's checked in for Booker. Here's Caldwell. Oh!
How about the excitement right now that he's playing the game with? I love it.
He capped that dunk off with some serious hang time on the rim.
I tell you what, he just couldn't contain himself on that one.
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. Good on the three-point shot. Caldwell Pope's got 5 points so far.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it. And guys, you know, Cantavius Caldwell-Pope, this guy screams potential at you. I mean, perfect size and length and speed for a 2-guard. He plays both ends. Right now, it's all about consistency for him.
Jackson, that's good. Phoenix leading by 13. From deep. Allen's shot is off. 1:43 left here in the first quarter. Stolen by Allen. And Phoenix pushing it up now. The shot by Len, wide open. Another one falls for Phoenix. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for Phoenix.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And that one goes in as he is fouled. It will be 3 points if he converts at the line.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Detroit. Johnson gets the bucket.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Over in the corner, Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 4 assists in the game.
And really setting the tone early with their three-point shooting.
Greg, that's already 5 made triples in the first quarter. What a start.
And Ray Allen gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Kicks it to Bullock from outside the arc. Another 3 for Detroit.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Greg, that's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Here's Len, and the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
And off to an incredible start here early from long range.
Lighting it up from outside. Hard to keep up with this.
1 second left. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there. Maximize.
And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Welcome back, everyone.
That play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout, just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's...
The windmill finish. Now that's nasty. How do you do?
Finishes the play, utter disregard for his own safety.
And his teammates still shaking their heads. You know what? He must have told them to be on the lookout for something special. How about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Reggie Bullock. Well, David Lee with the Golden State Warriors began his career with the New York Knicks. We're talking about him and his play, and it's sometimes hard to get a good compass on what kind of player he is.
Yeah, you know, he was drafted 30th when he came out and certainly played above that draft slot. Then when he re-upped for the 6 years, $80 million, people started to wonder if he was able to play to that value.
Tolliver kicks to Drummond, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And getting back to David Lee, before the big contract, he was putting up some huge runs. I mean, he was the first Knick to go 30 and 20 in a game since the great Patrick Ewing. And he became the first NBA player to record at least 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 10 assists since Kareem back in 1976.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
It's Meeks outside. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
And, you know, back to David Lee, we all know about his struggles with the Warriors, and many had written him off completely. But then at the end of last season, he showed that he still has the energy and skills to contribute if given minutes.
And Bledsoe throws it down hard. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
ever
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Tell you what, guys, it was a bit of a mixed bag for Eric Bledsoe last season. Average career highs in rebounds and assists. Those were the good parts. But for some reason, the field goal and three-point percentages dropped 30-plus points.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. His message to them was all about getting high-percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. He said also that their offense needs to be a patient one. He told them, don't rush things. Use as much of that shot clock as you need to. I'm sure Coach is hoping those changes turn the tide in this game and shrink the deficit before halftime. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And talking about Eric Bledsoe, he took on a lot more responsibility last season, Greg, especially after the trades in Phoenix. He became the main focal point of their offense.
And you know what? It was his first year of kind of being the man. Signed the big contract coming into the season, and now there's a responsibility that goes with being the go-to guy. Eric has the talent to shine, though, in that role.
And that one's good. Drummond. Phoenix leading by 18. Bledsoe dishes to Howard. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Drummond can't get it to go.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball.
A nice shot by Booker.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Drummond passes to Meeks. From 12 feet out. Kept alive. Second shot opportunity, and it's Drummond missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And the lead continues to increase. They are just playing flawless basketball at both ends.
Greg, I can't identify an area where this team has underperformed. I mean, they've been 5-star in every category.
And the thing about Eric Bledsoe, he's an absolutely terrific athlete. Insane athletic ability, his speed with the ball, especially Greg in the open court. Remarkable.
Yeah, and when he gets a full head of steam, look out. He goes beast mode, if you will, and on the basketball floor. He really, truly is like a running back in the open field.
Here's Booker, and it's sent back by Drummond, and they'll keep possession. Back to Lee. And a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Talking about Bledsoe, one area where he has to improve his turnovers. He averaged over 3.5 turnovers a game. You can't be a championship point guard if you're not squeezing the orange.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Fires from 14. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
And thinking a little bit more about Eric Bledsoe, yes, he could be more efficient, but his combination of points, assists, and rebounds per game is outstanding. If he focuses in and listens to his coaches, we could be talking about him in the upper echelon of point guard.
2 on the clock. Jackson misses.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
To the paint. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. Second, Andre Drummond.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Howard in the post, working on Tolliver, and that one's good. And that's 12 points for Dwight Howard.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
It's all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks.
This is Carmelo Anthony's team. Although Devin Booker is a very close number 2. Being that he is a young
exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Lenz checked in for Howard. Williams comes in for Lee. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's Nash in for Eric Bledsoe. Here's Nash. The basket drops.
And one.
Foul on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
ripping and running. They have a big advantage now in those transition opportunities.
No expiration date on their legs. They just seem to be fresher, and they're putting those fresh legs to good use.
Ray Allen is checked in for Phoenix. And a switcher also for Detroit. Caldwell Pope checked in. Williams kicks it over to Nash. Shoots from the corner. There's Allen. That's good on the assist by Nash. Nash has got his 7th assist here tonight.
What a passing display he has put on here tonight.
Yeah, he's spoiling us, Greg. I mean, this just another fantastic dime drop right there. That one certainly should make the highlight reel.
Used the screen and took it all the way.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
Here's Johnson, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And guys, he's not the tallest or most imposing wing player, but Stanley Johnson has incredible strength and really unmatched confidence. One reason why so many were high on him in the draft.
And for Johnson out of Arizona, Greg, his strength, as you were talking about, is his biggest asset. Helps that he has this incredible arm span. And Clark, you know what? He told me he likes to play the 2K game.
Yeah, he does enjoy that. He likes to play the real game, too, because he's hyper-competitive, and I think he's got a chance to be a superb defender at the NBA level.
And really, once he got that steal, just really nothing the defense could do.
That's why turnovers are so costly, because in many cases, they're indefensible once possession changes hands.
Bullock, good. Bullock's got 6.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Here's Caldwell Pope, defended by Allen. Kicks it out to Johnson. Another 3 for Detroit.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
The dish to land. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint, because that has not been up to par.
Here's Williams. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assists. 8 points for Williams.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Morris a screen, and it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Phoenix on defense. Baines dishes to Morris, and he uses the glass on the layup. Morris has got 7 points.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
Here's Tucker. Again, Phoenix.
Beautiful pass by Steve Nash.
Bullock kicks to Johnson. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Tucker. And now Williams running the floor all by himself.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
That's good. Tucker's got 5 points now this quarter.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And through 1/2, it hasn't even been close. Phoenix ahead, running away with it. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, what allowed you to function so well offensively?
We got vets. We got guys that know how to play basketball. We come together.
We got guys who know how to play basketball.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A stellar first half for Carmelo Anthony. He had 21 points, 4 assists, and 1 steal. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on Phoenix? And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills.
I guess Kenny the Jet doesn't have any opinions.
Tougher on those outside shooters.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, you just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
The Pistons shooting 65%, an outstanding offensive display from them. David Lee is out there with Howard. Then there's Bledsoe. Then it's Anthony. And it's Booker in a two-guard. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Tolliver with the bucket.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, defensively, you have got to close out and contest. Even if it opens up some driving lanes, you can't give up those looks that often.
Meeks passes to Jackson. Now the pass to Tolliver. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys over to Stan Van Gundy. He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
With the teardrop, Tolliver, the shot misses. So Phoenix will take it the other way.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Pass to Meeks. Here's Harris. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Harris has got 8 points.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
He dishes it to Jackson. He kicks it to Tolliver. Again, the Pistons score.
Oh, wow. 4 of 5 to start the half. Coming out on fire.
Timeout. Start it.
Phoenix calls timeout. Reggie Jackson, who made some noise about wanting a big contract to be moved last year. Ultimately, he was traded to Detroit.
Yep, Kevin, traded from the Thunder to the Pistons, and it actually happened on deadline day.
And if you go back, remember Jackson struggled with the Pistons last year as well. So the team went on a losing streak as soon as he got there.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He urged them to do everything possible to create open looks for each other. Talked about setting picks, running more set plays, anything to shake free of that defense. He also told them that he wants to see multiple passes on every possession. He said that was the key to getting the best shot each time down. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the fourth quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thank you, Doris. Tolliver kicks to Harris. Here's Drummond. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. The Pistons have come up with 3 misses and 5 attempts so far at the line.
And Jackson will look for a fresh start. this season. I mean, hard to play with all the drama and questions going in your head about pending free agency.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
Well, it's been a great start for this offense here in the second half. 4 for 4.
The Pistons have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. And stolen by Booker. Goes up, throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And guys, in a draft with so many talented big men and lead guards, Booker was a bit of a hot commodity. One of the purest sharpshooters in the draft, has a lightning quick release on his jump shot. His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Here's Bledsoe, rebounded by Jackson.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Out to Harris, all sorts of time. Booker pulls it in. And with Booker, you know, who is a Kentucky guy, he's a sharpshooter. Greg, we're talking about that. His dad actually played at the University of Missouri. He was a pretty good shooter. Clark, this Booker has a pretty good frame to work with, and I think that's going to serve him well in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I like his size. I like his stroke. I like his toughness. I think he's going to be better defensively than people think. He's got a lot of good stuff in his game already.
Back to Bledsoe. Here's Lee, and a great assist by Bledsoe as that one goes in. Bledsoe's got assist number 8 now on the night. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Bledsoe. Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
Boy, you got to love it. The picture-perfect alley-oop.
A little surprise, though, Clark. He didn't go for the big slam, but it works just the same.
Counts for 2.
Yeah, it does. Almost makes it a little more special, though, when you can have a little bit of grace as opposed to just the full Monty with the power.
Drummond dishes to Meeks. Drummond in the post. He's guarded by Howard. And it's Drummond missing inside.
Oh, good D, but better it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well said. Well, for the most part, they were just standing still, Clark.
And you know what, Kevin? He's not the most explosive player on the court, but if you give him a clear lane to the basket, he'll punch it on you.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And 2 shots coming up in the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And guys, Reggie Jackson was at the end of a yo-yo last season. He starts in Oklahoma for an injured Westbrook. Westbrook comes back, sends Jackson to the bench. Then Oklahoma sends Jackson to Detroit, where he fills in for another injured starter. And Brandon Jennings for the rest of the year.
And Phoenix making a change here. Goodwin's checked in, and a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Marcus Morris comes in for Anthony Tolliver. Johnson, he's checked in for Tobias Harris. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Jody Meeks.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall.
Detroit's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Now getting back to Jackson, he showed several times last season that he has that starter ability. The Thunder knew they wouldn't have the money to re-sign him, Clark, in free agency, so they traded him to avoid losing him for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good move. And with the Pistons, Jackson finished the season strong, while the Thunder, without Jackson or Durant's contributions, missed the playoffs for the first time in years. Well, I think he shot the ball well, guys, but I don't think he shot it enough. The more shots he gets from here on out, the more they'll stretch out this lead.
He feeds it to Morris. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And it's Phoenix's ball. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Passes to Johnson. Lets the 3 fly. Another 3 for Detroit.
He is raining threes here tonight, and he is going to continue to stay aggressive.
As he should. I mean, when you're having the kind of day he's having from long range, you're doing your team a disservice if you aren't shot hungry.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up. Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And it's Bledsoe off the drive.
Fantastic dunk, and he decided to hang around up there for a while, Kevin.
Well, maybe, he didn't want to land awkwardly. I don't know.
Oh, guys, come on. He's up there posing. He's posing for the photographers. That's all that's about.
It's out of bounds. The pitch.